All right. All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Jack, and I'm here with Avery, the other project manager for The Flow Within. And today we're going to do a presentation about our project and the finalization of the final product. It obviously centers around the Avon River. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. So obviously meet the team. So we have myself and Avery as the project managers. Marketing communication, we have Manal, Eleanor, and Rachel. Media creation, we have Aaron and Ryan. And finally, we have the technical team, Joshua and Taryn.
Great. So for the Flow Within, we are an interactive art installation created for the Lights on Stratford Festival, where we transform the Avon River's physical elements, the water's flow, sediment, and fish, into an engaging visualization. This project conveys the river's historical energy through abstract imagery. Visitors influence the visual experience by creating ripples in the water through online interaction. The aesthetic design is characterized by fluid, sleek visuals and a color palette inspired by the river's natural hues. By highlighting the relationship between art, nature, and community, the Flow Within aligns with the Lights on Stratford Festival's theme, encouraging visitors to reflect on and reimagine their connection to the environment. The concept of the Flow Within centers on often overlooked elements of the last 20 years of Avon River's history. The installation seeks to highlight the river's unseen energy and the diverse life that it supports. Pollutants and sediments affect the river's health and impact Stratford's environment. Increased sediments can harm aquatic life, while fluctuating water levels are indicators of the overall health of the ecosystem. These forces are represented on a graphic visualizer by changing gradients and particle distributions. Similarly, the amount of fish on the screen represent the population through the years. Put together, this project visualizes the Avon River's complexity. Our installation has two forms of interaction. In the process of creating the installation, the team took imagery from local fishing groups of Stratford to source colors to use in the visualizations. And during the installation itself, viewers are invited to tap on a sister screen on our website. So interactions are reflected onto the projection in the form of ripples that influence the movement of the Avon River, moving the abstract elements. This interaction engages with the concept of our installation as it invites people to be involved with the energy and movement of the river itself. With this installation providing a way to visualize the unseen elements of the Avon River, this interaction provides a way to visually see how the energy is connected. From an ecology viewpoint of this installation conveying how pollutants disrupt the ecosystem, this interaction makes people think about how our actions disrupt the fish and their habitat.
Great, and here is a live demonstration walkthrough made by our coding team, and Joshua is going to walk us through how it goes.
So what you see here is the
Can you hear this, Avery?
Sorry, no, I cannot.
Okay, this video has no audio over the thing, so I'll just explain it. So basically, this is our interaction. As you can see, there's fish on the screen. It's a little bit hard to see with the recording, but there's some bubbles in the background that kind of represent the sediment. There you go. That's a little bit more visible. Also, the background color changes over time. All of these are based on real statistics taken from the Avon River over the last 20 years. On the bottom right-hand side, you can see that there's the year, so it'll go through from the year 2000 to 2024. We also have the phones covering, but in the bottom left, there is a counter for how many times the interaction has been tapped. Josh is showing you on the screen here what that looks like, and if you interact with the top part of the screen, it'll actually send ripples onto the main display. He'll demonstrate that there. There's a ripple. When it gets dropped in, the fish will avoid it, and yeah, you can have as many people on there as you want at the same time. You can see in the bottom left, every time he taps, the number goes up. The background color represents the flow. The sediment obviously is the bubbles, and then the fish is taken from one of the main fish species in the Avon River, which is the brook trout. And that's actually a sentient species, which is an organism that is placed into the river to sort of track the pollutants and their population to really see the overall health of the river. Yeah, I guess that's basically it. Did I miss anything there?
All good.
All good? Cool. Moving on, so we go have some of our project aesthetics. So our logo, color palette, and imagery put together from our media creation team. We have a couple variations of our logo for different circumstances. Color palette, which you'll see present in almost all of the things that we do, and the imagery on the right, showcasing ripples and also sort of the wavy motions that you kind of envision when you think of a river. We also have our style guide for our blog. So the style guide has informed various aspects of our visual media used in this project. So across our website, social medias, and prototype, the colors, line assets, font, and stylistic tone are utilized cohesively. To see more of that, you can go to our website, which has all of our different blog posts and history, as well as we have our social media platforms, which we use for social media marketing. So we have on the left our Instagram, which features a lot more short form content and updates about the team. On the right, we have our YouTube channel, which has a lot of our interviews and more of our longer form content, as well as the commercial that we recently shot, which is really great, and you should check that out. Moving on to some of the video content, these are just kind of examples of what we have going. So we have on the left here, one of our social media posts, and then the middle, an interview with our technical team, and then finally an interview on the right with Avery, who's in this presentation right now. Moving on, we also have our blog posts. Like I said, all of our blog posts are listed on our website. We have 10 in total, 2 for each week, and those usually, we have different themes for each one, but most of the time it was like reflecting on what we did in the past week and sort of tracking our process. But we also did some self-reflection on how we think the project is going and how we're like interacting with it. And yeah, check those out. They're really short reads, but they're nice to see how far we've come. And then finally, we also have our postcards and posters that were created by our media creation team. If you were present at the first presentation we did 2 weeks ago to sort of show off our prototype of our final installation, we had these just to sort of get people informed about what the flow within is and get the word spread. And yeah, that's basically it. So looking back at our journey, if you're interested in seeing the process of where we've come from and where we are today, we have our Instagram and YouTube handles there, and then our website, which houses basically everything in the marketing department other than the social medias. It also has the way to get to our interaction, and it includes a lot about the history and behind the scenes about the interaction that hasn't been demonstrated here. So if you're interested in, let's say, the indigenous relationship with the river, the history of the brook trout and the populations of fish, the Avon River itself, any of that is all available there to learn more. But that's anything else you want to add, Avery? Are we good to go?
We are good to go.
All right. Well, that's it for our presentation. Thanks for listening, and yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know how to. I guess I just stopped recording.